Hi everybody. Hello YouTube. My name is Monique and this is my coming out video. Coming out from the Watchtower. I want to give a large shout out to all of the Ex-JWs out there. I love y'all. Y'all give me courage. This is not easy. I had to really talk myself into doing this, but I understand that it's much necessary, and at this point of my life and my spirituality, I realize that I have to. There's a lot of things that I realize that now is the time I have to do. So I want to introduce myself to the former JW community out there. You guys, you just don't know. And what I want to start doing is sharing my own story, my own viewpoint. So with this video, I'll just share a small story of why I left the Watchtower. Well, let me give you a little background. I was baptized at the age of 16, the young, tender, ripe age. I made a personal dedication to Jehovah, and I was baptized. And I really loved Jehovah. I always did. I still do. But it was probably one of the best things that I did for myself, because now at the age of 39 and some months, I realized that the person who I am today is who I always was. I'm still very much spiritual, even more so. I have a deeper understanding of the Bible. I'm so happy to understand the Bible. That's really the reason why I'm able to sit here today and talk like this, because I have a comfort level of the Bible that I never had before. And it brings me peace. So that's really why I'm here to do this. I became inactive as a Jehovah's Witness about 5 years ago, around mid-2007. And it was a day that I didn't expect to happen. It wasn't like some event happened and boom, that was it. I woke up. I didn't read something that made me, change. For me, the initial departure was just what I felt on the inside. I didn't feel love. I didn't feel the love of a congregation. It was missing so much love. I always felt like, and I shouldn't say always. I'm a fourth generation Jehovah's Witness on my mother's side. My great grandmother was a devout Jehovah's Witness, and I am a third generation Jehovah's Witness on my father's side. And my father's family are strong. They are known preachers. My father and his brothers were probably one of the most effective people who we knew preaching at doors. Very much known for their use of the scriptures, their ability to reach people's hearts and get them to want to learn more, and get them to ultimately to the meetings. They're baptized as Jehovah's Witnesses. There's nowhere I ever went growing up that I didn't know somebody, or somebody didn't know me because of somebody on my dad's family. My grandfather, presiding elder. My grandmother, pioneer. On my current sister, pioneer. She definitely deals with me with the arm's length of reach, just over there. Very disappointed that I decided to leave Jehovah. I'm sure I'm viewed as worldly and, just out here being a harlot. Sorry. Um, what else? What else can I say? I have family in Bethel. I'm here in New Jersey, and we have a lot of family that are currently in Bethel, that have been in Bethel. So, just to give you background on how deep my family goes. I always loved Jehovah. I always had my own personal relationship with Jehovah. It wasn't something I did because it's what my family did. I mean, I know I'm giving background about my family, but I always believed it to be the truth. I at times when I was in my 20s and when I did stumble and fall, I always came back. I was disfellowshipped in my mid-20s, and I was reinstated less than a year later. Came right back. Always loved the ministry. Always loved Jehovah. Probably one of the best experiences I went through. I don't know if I would be here today had I not been disfellowshipped. Being disfellowshipped helped me just stand up and be myself, regardless of another person's opinion. I mean, when you walk into the Kingdom Hall knowing that people can't speak to you, you tend not to care less who speaks to you. That's just goes with the territory. And then your love for Jehovah is the only thing that it's the only thing you focus on. You're not focused on people. Well, that's what it did for me. I don't know about other people, but that was over a decade ago. I'm not disfellowshipped now, and I am currently in the process of drafting my letter of disassociation. And as you guys know, you can't just you don't just throw that together. You really want to. I just want whoever reads my letter to know true Bible truths. So it takes time for me to put my thoughts down. I'm putting it out there. It hurts right now what's happening with my family. My family is definitely broken apart. As you guys know, they shun witnesses that are no longer active, even though they are not disfellowshipped. They are not encouraged to associate with us. Why? Because if you talk to us, you may realize that there's a different viewpoint and there's a different angle. Why did I leave the organization? Again, it wasn't something that I read. It wasn't an event. For a long time, I was obedient. I did not look at outside information on the internet, because we often heard that we're discouraged against doing that. To only focus on the watchtower material for our spiritual food. And I guess I was curious. I can't really say there was one thing that stood out, but I remember doing some searches, some Yahoo searches, and learning different things. Nothing that I can remember, but I just remember that I was curious. There was something that made me curious. I remember learning about our relationship with the United Nations. I forget exactly how I learned. But when I found out, when I went to do research, you saw the news release of what the Watchtower, their response. I think what originally happened was that this happened in London. I think what originally happened is that they withdrew from membership, and then there was a request to not release any of the information regarding it. Well, what are you hiding? And if you have this card that gives you access, why you not have it now? You don't want the access anymore? I mean, if we're going to buy the story about the access, why not have the access anymore? That wasn't logical. And then within my own congregation, it just felt so unloving. Nobody was there to serve Jehovah. It was a show. It was a social club. I do clicks. I like authentic, true, real things and people. I'm not into fluff. I can see it, I can smell it. It feels weird, awkward, because, you know, it feels like, why are we talking about this? I don't know. I'm rambling. The one thing that I always remember, though, I do know this. I said, how do we only have the truth? You mean to tell me that there's people in some foreign land and nation that are not Jehovah's Witnesses, who are good people? They go to work, they pay taxes, they're good people, take care of their kids, honest citizens, helpful. But because they don't have what you call truth, they're doomed? I don't like that. Only us. We only have it, not y'all. And you know, just this, I don't like the attitude of better than. Everybody wants to feel good, but I know if I'm making myself feel better than the other person, that it's not fair. We're all equal. We're all human. We're all God's children. Why do you have the truth? Just you. No, nobody else. Other people can read the scripture, but they don't have it. Just you. Okay. It just didn't feel right. Anyway, I'm coming across 12 minutes. I'm rambling, seriously. The purpose of this video is really to introduce myself to the JW community. I plan on creating some more videos. I would love to share my viewpoint. I am, very excited about learning the truth of the Bible and building on that. So I ask that you introduce yourself, share some ideas. I'm going to make some more videos and share more about me because I am rambling. But again, thank you for listening to this Come Out video. Ciao.